We have an original way to open this half hour. Popular Science Magazine's 8th Annual Invention Awards.
That's right. Each year, Popular Science editors choose the most innovative new gadgets and ideas and feature them in the May issue. Joining us now is Popular Science Projects editor David Mosher. David, good morning.
Hey, thanks for having me.
I love this bicycle helmet. This is my favorite. Anthony has his favorite, but
that's actually my favorite too. I love that.
Yeah,
it's
okay,
amazing.
show us how this works and what exactly is it?
So this is really awesome. This is a helmet, and unlike any other helmet that we've seen, can actually collapse to the size of a textbook. So you can shove this in your bag and keep it with you.
Does it have still the same safety? Like, is your head still as protected?
So they're actually working on this right now. They have passed European safety standard tests at the factory. So the inventor is at the factory right now working to get this to pass U.S. safety standards.
Theoretically, I love this.
Yeah.
Theoretically, how long might it be before we could get something like this?
Try it.
I mean, and you said it will actually even be a touch thinner than the one that I'm holding right now.
Yeah, so this is actually a larger version. It's an early prototype. The one that will presumably hit production sometime within the next year will be actually an inch thinner.
Okay, we'll get us both one.
All right, let's look at the second item, which is actually something that could save lives in a war zone. It's called the XStat.
Yeah, so this is the XStat. It's a syringe developed by military medics for military medics. And the problem on the battlefield is if you get shot, or even back home, like if you get stabbed or something like that, you can bleed out very quickly and die before you even get to a hospital. So they created this device. It's filled with rapidly expanding sponges, and you shove it into a wound, and they expand and can potentially stop bleeding and prevent you from bleeding out.
There's also something in there that can help fight infections, right?
Right. So there's a coagulant in here, so you clot up, and there's also an infection-fighting antimicrobial compound.
Okay, we got to see how it works.
Yeah, so we got to see how this works. So this is a wound. This is a simulation of a wound here. But basically, a medic would pretty much shove that in there like that.
Wow, look at that.
And if you constrict that to the size of a wound, then you can see how that would stop the blood loss.
It's fascinating because you traditionally hear that they have to stuff it with gauze and then pull out the gauze and re-stuff it. So that really is a game changer.
Yeah, we've been doing that since the 1800s. So this is a radically big development here.
You've also brought us some footwear here.
Yeah, so this is really cool. If you're a backpacker, you're out in the woods, you know, there's all sorts of options you can have for charging stuff.
This is not your ordinary shoe.
This is not your ordinary shoe. Actually, it is an ordinary shoe. What's not ordinary about it is the insole. So you can get this device. This is called Soul Power, and you walk for 10, 15 miles on the trail, and then you plug in your phone, like so.
Did you just say 10 to 15 miles?
Yes. Yeah. So you're gonna have to work for this.
A little less attractive, but.
Yeah, you're gonna have to work for the electricity, but they're coming out with a better version. They're already working on the next version of this, but they're first targeting the backpacking hiker market right now.
How heavy is that attachment on your shoe?
So this attachment is about 5 ounces altogether, including the battery. And there's going to be a dummy in the other shoe, so you don't get any sort of...
So you get balance.
Yeah, so you get balance and stuff.
Right.
That's right.
Tell us about the Titan arm, because this one seems to me like it also is, you know, the potential uses here seem incredible.
Yeah, so this is kind of like the $6 million man, but it's $2,000. And that's the really radical change, because normally equipment like this, you have to plug into a wall, it has to be attached to some sort of scaffolding, and it costs as much as a car, like a very expensive car. This is a very inexpensive, portable exoskeleton that can help people rehabilitate at home. It can help them lift very heavy things at work. So this is a pretty radical change, and that's part of the criteria that we look for at Popular Science. We want to find things that are really cool, really useful, and poised to disrupt or change a market.
All right, we've got one more, the fifth and final one, which is a real great invention for music lovers. How does that one work?
Yeah, so I showed this to my friend who's a professional musician, and he's like, when can I get one of these? The problem when you're on stage is that you're bending over, you're touching electronics, you have to get your effects changed, you have to touch pedals and computers and things like that. This puts it all at your fingertips, between strums.
So it's right there on the guitar. It's attached to the guitar we're looking at.
Right. So you press buttons. You can even move it just like that, and he can modulate sound with it. I mean, this is basically a huge stage performance enhancer, and can let musicians do things they could never do before.
Already on the market, or we need to wait a little bit longer?
So this is just about to go on the market, and that's the other thing. These are all inventions and prototypes, but that invention is about $200, and it's going to go on sale this spring or summer.
All right, fascinating stuff, really cool. Dave Mosher, thanks so much for being with us. Popular Science, Best New Inventions 2014.